Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So the title of this video is going to be "What do you have to lose?" and by going vegan. Excuse me. What do you have to lose by going vegan? What do you have to lose when you have everything to gain? Is what I'm getting at. By letting go of the animal meat, you're going to get rid of all the antibiotics, antimicrobials, vaccines, and hormones that you're ingesting that are ruining your immune system. You're going to be having a direct impact on the health of the ecosystem. You're going to be having a huge impact on your own health by getting rid of all the animal cholesterol and, you know, just how much waste is in your meat, ladies and gentlemen. It's much more than just meat when you're consuming it. It's torture, it's murder, it's just an abominable thing, and I can't believe that here in 2017 we are still consuming meat on a global scale. There is a huge genocide going on, but people just don't seem to give a shit because most people have actually bought into this cultural programming where they think that animals are our tools and that they don't have feelings and this and that. I hear so many people just regurgitating all this New World Order bullshit about how animals don't have feelings and they're here for our tools, to be our tools. It's ridiculous. I mean, culturally speaking and globally speaking, there's a huge lack of compassion and there's a huge lack of caring and there's a huge lack of heart. I've never seen so much hate in my life. I have never seen so much hate in my life. We abuse innocent creatures. Millions upon millions of animals are ground up into little pieces and fed to just unintelligent humans who are shuffling around this matrix, buying into all the pro-meat propaganda. It makes me sick. It makes me sad that humans have been duped to such an extent and that they've bought into it. It's a cool thing to note, however, that veganism is indeed skyrocketing. Within the last 10 years, there's been a huge upsurge in interest in veganism, and that's to a large part predicated upon the fact that the internet is such a valuable tool for spreading information. I can make a post here in the United States and post it, and within seconds, someone from China or Russia or Greenland, you name it, all across the globe, Australia, they can find the information, and it may just happen to stimulate them. So in my opinion, it's part of my duty as a vegan to spread the message about it because it has so many benefits, not only for human health, but planetary health, environmental health. It takes 2,500 gallons of water or more to produce 1 pound of beef. It's highly unsustainable, ladies and gentlemen. We use 51% of greenhouse gas emissions come from animal agriculture, raising animals for food. 13% of greenhouse gas emissions come from vehicles, boats, airplanes, all forms of transportation. That means by default that transportation, globally speaking, has a very minimal fingerprint compared to animal agriculture when it comes to greenhouse gas emissions. It's the giant sore thumb in the room and no one seems to be acknowledging it, and it honestly makes me sick. It makes me sick that people don't know how to question what they're doing, or they just choose not to. There's so many people I know, I've tried to get them to watch Earthlings, or they ask me about veganism, and I provide them with links to certain documentaries such as What the Health, Cowspiracy, again, Earthlings, Forks Over Knives, Hungry for Change, and you know, they'll tell you they'll watch them, but most of the time they never do. But again, it's interesting to note the statistics on the upsurge and rising of veganism spreading throughout the population here in the United States, overseas, you name it. So I really do hope in the next 10 to 15 years that the statistics keep climbing, because if that's the case, in 10 to 15 years, the planet, I believe, the ecosystem, the stores, you name it, are going to be, there's just going to be a huge upsurge in veganism if the statistics keep climbing, which means there will be much more vegan options. You're going to see potentially like vegan fast food places, more vegan restaurants, more vegan options again in the supermarkets. Because let's face it, the number one cause and the number one cause of environmental pollution and destruction of the Amazon rainforest, there is animal agriculture. Again, it uses 1/3 of the world's water. We've taken up over 45% of the Earth's land so that we can raise animals for food. We're destroying everything so that people can have fun when they eat. It's the most immature, most backwards, most childish, spoiled brat kind of just logic and mentality that the majority of the population harbors. So my channel, I try to spread the message on veganism. I know it does impact people's lives, and that makes me happy. Getting close to about 9,000 subscribers on my upward climb towards 10,000. But again, it makes me really happy when people actually choose to let go of their little illusions and actually watch the documentary Earthlings and actually start incorporating more vegan foods into their lifestyle. A lot of people will tell me, oh, it's so boring. When I eat vegan foods, I don't feel nourished, this and that. The flavors are so different compared to what I'm used to. Well, that's because you're used to eating shit, literally. 90% of the meats that have been tested contain animal fecal matter. And on top of that, you're consuming pus in your milk. There's a certain amount of cc's of pus that can actually be legally distributed into milk. It's like people have become accustomed to eating shit, and their taste buds, they've eaten garbage for so long that their taste buds have actually like pleomorphed, and they now enjoy this shit. So it's like an addiction. You get someone who's addicted to a substance to try to stop, they will fight, kick, and scream 90% of the times to keep, perpetuating and continuing their addiction. It's the same with the standard American diet. Most of the ingredients in these foods, ladies and gentlemen, have been known to increase. They're addicting. They are absolutely addicting. Especially like the casomorphins in dairy and the different constituents in meat. This stuff is addicting, and people have become addicted to it, and they're unwilling to a large extent to let go of it. And we as a people are suffering because of it. You have a direct impact on the ecosystem, the health of your body, the health of the environment by what you consume. And due to the fact that I don't like animal torture, I love nature, I don't want to see nature destroyed so that people can keep having fun going to their little burger joints and all this other stupid shit that means nothing on the spiritual level, on the practical level, you name it. The reality has become kind of this cultural like carnival where everyone's just obsessed about stimulating their taste buds, you name it. All at the cost, I mean, for what you're doing when you consume animal products, it's not worth it. It's amazing how much resources it takes to create one hamburger. Again, 660 gallons of water for one hamburger. Also that you can have some fucking fun while you eat. And it's not really fun. You just think you enjoy it because your taste buds have literally pleomorphed over the years of living in this crazy system where you've been fed animal snot, animal pus, shit-laced animal meat. I mean, Jesus Christ, the food source is so disgusting. When you really take your blinders off and look at it, it would make your head spin. Animal agriculture is the leading cause in dead zones. Again, forest deforestation, species extinction. What are we supposed to do? Not acknowledge that? I want to live in a way that has a direct impact on everything. I want to have an impact on this environment. I want to have an impact on more animals living. As a vegan, each day you save 1 to 3 animals. That's pretty profound. And you save a shit ton of water. So every day gets better as a vegan because you realize after you've been doing it long enough that, holy shit, I've saved a lot of animals. I'm having a direct impact on the health of not only my body, but I'm having a direct impact on these sentient entities, these animals who don't want to be in slaughterhouses. I got the stupidest message yesterday from someone that said, is it okay to eat grass-fed beef from happy cows that are slaughtered? How could a slaughtered cow be happy? Have you ever, I mean, come on. How could a slaughtered cow be a happy cow? Would you be happy if you were raised on some farm and someday you just had to get slaughtered? No, everything wants to live. People make me sick. I'm going to wrap this one up. Go vegan. What do you have to lose by going vegan? You have everything to gain. You're going to reduce the amount of inflammation in your tissues, in your system. You're going to remove the cholesterol and all the stuff clogging your arteries. Consumption of dairy leads to a heightened increase in the susceptibility to develop cancers, diabetes, and other pathologies. It's killing you. Your diet is killing you. So why don't you go vegan? Again, what do you have to lose by going vegan? Peace out, bitches.